Today, we are talking about how to get faster results. So how to remove a charge-off faster, how to remove a collection faster, how to remove whatever you have on your credit report that is negative that you want to get off, how to do it faster. Now, this is all part of the Bulletproof Strategy. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go down into the description and you're going to find 2 videos that have started this series. And I'm actually really proud of it. I'm happy, I'm excited because I get to share with you what I personally do for my clients to get results, okay? So I know it works. The stuff I show you, I prove to you, it works, okay? And just a point on that, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you go back through the last 10 videos, you're gonna find at least 2 of them where I show you that I got extreme credit score increases for my clients, okay? And I'm talking about like one of them was 325, another one was like 190 something. So this works. You just have to listen to me and you have to follow exactly what I tell you. Now, speaking of which, before we go into this, I just want to take 2 seconds to let you know that if this is something that you don't want to do, if you want to get your credit sweep done right the first time, or you've already done it the first time and it didn't work out, that's totally fine. Let's see if I can help you by doing the credit sweep service for you by going and scheduling a call with me personally, because I offer a one-to-one custom service at my740.com, and we'll see if I can do it for you. I mean, it's really, really simple. Okay, so moving right along, make sure you go down in the description to access a couple of other links, but let's not talk about that right now because it's already been 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, couple of things that you can do to increase your ability to get results and get them faster. Number 1, and some of these may seem simple and some of them may surprise you, but I promise you, you need to pay attention. Number 1, don't listen to other companies or people or gurus or courses when they tell you that you should only be disputing a couple negative items at once. Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't need to do that. The reason these companies tell you that you have to and that otherwise it's going to come back as frivolous is because normally you're paying monthly. And when you're paying monthly, they do everything they possibly can to get as much money out of you as possible. And this includes only disputing a couple negative items at once. The truth, the 100% truth, and what I actually follow is that every single negative item that you are disputing can be disputed at the same time. If you have 100 accounts, you can dispute 100 accounts. Albeit, you're not going to dispute all 100 accounts in one letter. You're obviously going to chop it up unless it's medical. But the entire point is that they do not need to be disputed in batches. Okay, so listen to me one more time. If you have many negative items or multiple negative items, they do not have to be disputed in batches, okay? So the longer you dispute, the harder it is to get your negative items off. So this is number 2. So what you want to do is make sure that what you're doing is strategic and targeted, okay? We don't want to do anything where we are guessing at the outcome. Every single time that I send out a dispute letter, I know the end result. Okay, obviously I'm not a fortune teller, I'm not a psychic, I don't know the future, I'm not God, I'm not anybody like that, okay? But what I am is very, very specific in what I do, and I've been doing this for a decade. And in that decade, I have split tested everything, okay? Everything, templates, different methods, different strategies, all that kind of stuff. I know what works and what doesn't work, at least for me. And I know that the longer you dispute, the harder it is to get your results, right? Because you can't reuse a dispute reason. You said it's unverified, that's it. You can't say it's unverified again. You said it's unknown, you can't say it's unknown again. You said that it's, not validated, you can't say not validated again. So you have to be very, very careful because there's only a specific amount of information that you're dealing with on the credit report. And once it's gone, now you're just guessing, okay? Now you are just guessing. So number 1 was don't batch dispute. Number 2 is be very careful with the dispute reasons that you're using, because not only should they follow a specific format and flow, right? And there is the dispute flow video that I have. If I remember, I will link it in the description. But you just don't want it to come back as frivolous, okay? And that leads us to number 3, the method. Now, if you know me, you might not. My name is Kristen and I do this for a living, okay? But if you know me, you know that I absolutely cannot stand, 100% hate templates. And here's the reason, okay? So we should not be using templates. And you shouldn't be saying, pursuant to section 609, you're required to send me the original contract with my signature, my wet signature, and blah, blah, blah. And if you don't, you're required to remove from my credit report. They're not required to do anything. Okay, yes, there is a law that says they're supposed to do something, right? And no, I'm not going to re-record that. But the thing is that who are you and what are you going to do to enforce this? You're not going to do anything. You can't even call the army, and what do you call 911? You think that they're going to come with arrest warrants and all that kind of stuff? It doesn't work like that. So the existence of the law means nothing without you proving that the bureaus are not exempt from getting in trouble, okay? See, the FCRA was enacted because of the abuse of the industry, right? And because of this abuse, they do whatever the heck they want to, okay? It's not going to be until people like me and hopefully people like you do what they're supposed to and what we're supposed to hold the bureaus accountable. So number one, they just because something says that they're supposed to do something doesn't mean that they're going to. And number two, it doesn't mean that they're exempt. But number three, you have to hold them accountable, and you do that by disputing the right way. And the right way is not using templates. It's not using templates. If it has been sent before, if you didn't write, if it's not custom, if it's not written right then based on your or your client's credit report, it does not go out the door. Listen to me. It doesn't go out the door. Okay, so you need to be very specific with your methods and your words and the letters that are going out the door, because that's going to be, determine when you get your results. Okay, so I think that was number three, but the entire premise, basis, whatever word you want to throw in there, is that you need to be using factual-based disputes. Okay, and this is number 4, I think. Are we on number 4? When you're disputing, do not start with balance or past due or type or terms. You need to start at the top of the hierarchy, okay? My brain is going fast with my mouth right now. So you need to start at the top of the hierarchy, and you can access a ton of different documentation on this and how it works, but specifically using the Bulletproof Strategy free PDFs that you can access in the last linked video. So again, you can go down into the description to access this stuff so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But be careful, be diligent, be consistent, be precise, be persistent, and you will be able to get your results. If you're not disputing, every 30 days or every 45 days, you need to. If you're not disputing with the bureau's creditors and collectors when relevant, then you need to. If you're not waiting, and this is, I think, number 5, if you're not waiting until you have proof and documentation to go to the CFPB, you're not going to get anything out of it. They're going to laugh at you. It's all computerized anyways, but you need to be able to prove that there's violations, that you use factual disputes, that you didn't use templates, that, so on and so forth. If you're just going to them and you have nothing to prove, then you have everything to lose, because they're not going to take you seriously. Okay? So that leads me to the end of this, where I'm going to link other videos down in the description so that you can access what you need to get your results. So what do you do to get faster results? You know exactly what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, and how you are going to say that. Once you have that information, then you will be able to go and hold the bureaus accountable, not use templates, and be able to get that higher credit score and the faster results. Okay, so go and check out all of the resources and the downloads and the other videos that I'm going to post down into the description. But again, if you want my help, you want results, you want a higher credit score, and you want it done right, schedule that call with me at my740.com, and I will see how or if I can help. That is it for today. Smash that like and the subscribe if you haven't done so, and the notifications as well, so that you don't miss anything credit. All right, that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful one, and 9 minutes later, we are now done. Bye.